Hello, Malevolence Omega. This is Emperor Palpatine with another Sith Raid tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to run Night Sisters in Phase 4 of the Sith Raid. So the trick you need here is you need Asajj lead Zetaed. You don't need her unique Zetaed for this, but it does help because Zombie will die frequently. You want no other Zetas. Really, Asajj leader is the only one required. Plague Bearer helps on Mother Talzin. Daka's Serve Again, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Serve Again helps. But they're not necessary. Gear levels, you want them all Gear 11 plus. Gear 12 is preferable, as well as Gear 12 pieces. And when it comes to mods, mod them all for offense, except for Zombie and Daka. You want to mod them for health, because the way this works, I'll get into it in a second. So to begin with, as soon as this loads, you want to start working on getting your Night Sisters to have no protection. You want that to happen as quickly as possible. And you don't want to use a basic on Nihilus until you have no protection. So just go ahead and try to kill the ads just as quickly as possible, and then the actual method will begin once that happens. So it's actually a good thing that happened, because I can tell you guys, only Zombie can remove Isolate, but the only person that you want Isolate to go on is Zombie. Otherwise, it'll just start messing up your... you won't be able to revive someone unless it's Zombie. If they end up getting hit with Isolate and they die, they cannot come back. It just won't happen. Alright, so we're almost through with setup. Just a little bit more protection to go away on these guys, and then I'll be able to actually show you guys how to make this run. But this is the most important part. There's no time limit on getting it to happen, just so long as your team isn't dead before they run out of protection, which should never happen. If it does happen, congratulations, you are an Odyssey. Alright, so now that all the protection is gone on all of them, we can... The key to this is actually Talia's basic and Asajj's leadership. So Talia is going to give extra health equal to the damage dealt to all Night Sister allies whenever she deals damage with her basic. So you want to use that almost exclusively. And then Asajj's Zeta leadership, if a Night Sister ally, or if a Night Sister falls below full health, they'll gain 50% turn meter. And with Bonds of Weakness, dealing damage after the heals, it will automatically just go ahead and trigger the turn meter gain for your Night Sisters. So, boom, see, everyone gained 50% turn meter. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this, because Talia has 50% turn meter. You do not want to use a healing ability unless Talia has has 50% turn meter. If she has 100%, don't use a healing ability, it's a waste. So we do that, and then we can just start dealing damage. Now there will be times when the healing doesn't line up with the turn meter and the turn order, but this time it looks like it's going to go decently. So then I go ahead and heal, and you want to keep track of cooldowns. So if you don't keep track of cooldowns, you'll eventually just lose out on a ton of damage, because you'll heal when you don't need to, or you'll heal and it'll mess up your cooldown order, and no one will be able to take an actual turn until after Nihilus gets to go, and at that point you've screwed up your run. So Zombie's second ability is probably the worst heal on the team because it's very reliant on Zombie's health. I think it's something like 20% of Zombies' max health is how much each Night Sister heals. So it's very, very weak in comparison to, say, Daka's or Talia's. Because Talia, you can just give her a bunch of damage and she'll deal, 15,000 damage, heal 15,000 on each ally, whereas Zombie is going to probably cap out at about 8,000 heal. Go ahead and use this. So the interesting thing about Talzin's heal is that it can screw up your order a little bit because you end up losing more health because Bonds of Weakness triggers for each ally attacking, or each ability used. So it'll screw it up a little bit, but right here I think we're actually good for this to be a great run. And that's really all the method there is to it. Please enjoy the rest of the run. Okay, so that wasn't a bad run at all. In fact, 8% in tier 6 is pretty good. This amount of damage in heroic would be excellent. It wouldn't be perfect, but it would be pretty damn good. So the method works just as well in heroic as it does in tier 6. In fact, it works a little bit better because the damage scaling is so different. And since Nihilus gains back protection based on his health or his maximum health, it'll end up with you doing better damage because you're not having to work through his protection multiple times with each character. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys very much. If you have any questions, please send me an at in Discord. Thank you.